In this video, I'm going to show you how to have two pictures and cut a part of one picture out so that you can have the other picture show up in that picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of a baby, a close-up picture, and a picture of a monkey and kind of make the baby look like he is in like a monkey suit. So in order to do that, we must first open GIMP. While we are waiting for GIMP to open, we're going to go down to the internet and we're going to go to our team drive. So if I open a new tab and go to the Google Drive, then I can go over to Team Drives, and you should have a Multimedia Tech Broadcasting team drive. When I double click on that, I should be able to find the folder that is called GIMP. In here, we have our original baby face picture that we want to use, and then we also have a bunch of animals that we can use. All of these pictures are pictures that you can use later when you do your own face with an animal face. But we first need to get the baby face and the monkey face close-up. So I'm going to, just to make it really easy, I'm going to pick up the baby face picture and put it on the desktop. So if it doesn't let you do that, okay, then we need to download it. So if we download it, it'll show up right down here. And we're going to get the monkey face. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to download it. So now that I have both of them, I can pick them up. I can add them to my desktop. Okay, so that I can easily locate them. If for some reason they don't show up down here, you can always go to your yellow folder and go to downloads and the images will be there. You can just easily search for them and you can see the baby face picture, and then you should also find your monkey picture as well. Okay, so now that we have our pictures, I can close the internet because I no longer need it. And I have GIMP. I'm going to move GIMP over to the side so I can see my pictures. We want our baby face picture to be our bottom layer, so we're going to drag it over here. And then we're going to take our monkey picture and we're going to drag it because it's going to be our top layer. And now I can make GIMP larger. And we can see that I have a bottom layer and a top layer. I need to add an alpha channel to my top layer. So I'm going to do that to the monkey face. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to add alpha channel, and that will add a transparency to my monkey picture. So now that I have a transparency, didn't look like anything changed, I can always check that by right clicking on that layer and looking to see if I can add an alpha channel. It says remove alpha channel, so I know that I added an alpha channel. Now the monkey picture is kind of off to the side. It looks like it was much bigger. I can tell that it was much bigger because we have this yellow border. That's how big that image was. And so I can come over here and get my move tool and I can move the monkey to the center because this is all of the monkey that I want to be able to see. So once I've used my move tool and moved it, now I'm ready to actually start cutting out parts of the monkey face. So if I zoom in, you can see that I'm going to come around here and you can see I'm tracing it with my mouse what I'm going to cut out. And so I must use my scissor tool. Now scissors give you little dots. Okay, and you can see the lines that I'm clicking are kind of jagged, and we will use the feather to make them not so jagged. But you can see as I'm clicking, my tool has a little plus on it. When I come around to the first dot that I created, I have an infinity sign above my scissors, and that tells me that I'm connecting my dots. So the plus means you can add a dot. The infinity says you're connecting all of them. And so when I connect all of my dots, nothing happens. I must click the center of my dots and I will have running ants. And so if I did right now, if I found the delete key, not the backspace key, the delete key on my keyboard, I could delete this and now I have a jagged hole. But I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to Control Z and I'm going to just click on a different tool. Actually, I'm going to do select and none so that that goes away. Now I'm going to get my scissors again and I'm going to do the right thing. So now I'm going to start right here like the bridge between the eyes. And I'm going to click and I'm going to add dots. You don't need a ton of dots, but you also don't want to have big sections like that. The more dots you have, the more realistic this will look, and so that's what we're trying to do. So we're cutting out following the monkey's face here, and so we're coming in around his cheeks and going around his eye. And so you can see I'm just adding dots. And then right before I come to the last one, I need to make sure that I have that infinity sign. So now I have my infinity sign, and I know that I did it correctly if I click the middle and I get my running ants. And so you can see my running ants are really jagged, and so if I deleted this right now, we have some edges that got cut off. I don't want to do that. I have to feather this selection. And because I'm dealing with this selection, I'm going to go up to Select, and I'm going to click on Feather ... I went up to Select, and I'm clicking on Feather ... And so we are going to feather for 25 pixels. You can feather anywhere between 25 and 50. I wouldn't go too much more than 50 with this picture. So I'm going to click 25 and click OK. You can see that my running ants got really smooth. Okay, much smoother than they were. And so this is what we want, so it looks more natural. So now I can delete using the key on my keyboard called delete above the arrow keys. So I've hit delete, and you can see how the skin of the baby kind of blends in or has been feathered in with the monkey face. Now, I need to move my baby face, but also I've got these running ants still. I don't want them anymore, so I'm going to go up to Select and None, and it's going to turn off my running ants. So now we are done with the monkey, and we need to move the baby face. So over here in my layers, I have the monkey face selected. I need to select the baby face so that when I use my other tools, it's selecting the correct one. So it looks like my baby face needs to be moved over. So I'm going to get my Move tool, and I'm just going to click on the baby face and move it over. Okay. I also want to resize the baby face because he looks like he's really zoomed in and the monkey picture wasn't as zoomed in. So I'm going to get my Scale tool. So I'm going to click my Scale tool and click on the baby face, and you can see I instantly get this box, okay, which you could use the box to adjust, or you can also just use the handles on the picture and kind of bring the baby face in. So I'm going to try that and click Scale. And so that's pretty good. I might need to scale it a little bit more because the baby's mouth is not fit in there, but also the baby's head is tilted and the monkey was looking at me straight on. So I need to use my Rotate tool to rotate the picture. So now I'm going to click on my baby face again, get this box out of the way. I'm going to rotate the baby's eyes so he looks more like he's looking straight at me. Okay, and so that's about straight at me, and so I'm going to move this a little bit more, and I'm going to resize one more time because I think that the baby's, you should be able to see the creases of his eyes and his lips. So I'm going to resize a little bit more. Okay, click Scale. And I think that that looks pretty good. So now that I'm done with this first baby image, I actually probably should put the bridge of his nose in the middle so that looks more like he fit into his costume. Okay, so there we go. And so when I'm done, I'm going to go File, and I'm going to export this picture. So File, Export As. I'm going to make sure that I go into my GIMP folder, which is in my H drive. So I've got to click on my H drive. I'm going to find my Multimedia Tech folder. So I'm going to go down to Multimedia Tech. And then you want to make sure that you go into your GIMP folder. Okay, so make sure that you have a GIMP folder if you don't have one, which you should have already created one. Okay, you have GIMP. We can hit enter so I can see now that I'm in my Multimedia Tech and GIMP. And so I'm going to rename this as Animal Face number 1. Because this is my first animal face picture, and it's going to need to be a .jpeg, okay, or .jpg. Those are the same. And then I'm going to click Export, and I'm going to increase the quality to 100% and export. So now that I'm done with this image, it is now my turn to get my own picture and get another animal picture from the internet. And that animal picture, you could find your own, or you could go to the team drive, and I've given you ones that I know work. Because sometimes the pictures that we get don't have the things that we need for them to have on them. They don't allow us to edit them the way we need to be able to. And so if you go into the GIMP folder in the team drive, the animals here, we have several that I know work with GIMP and allow you to do what you need to do. Like the lemur is a good picture to use to put maybe your eyes, or maybe just cut out this part of the face and put your face on the lemur. Or maybe you take out the nose of the lemur and you put that on your face. So it's up to you. You need 3 more animal face pictures. Thank you for listening.